Now, a Catholic scientific layman from Woodbridge has created a series of short stories that are both intellectually stimulating and faith-filled. Here's how this author is using Christian principles to entertain and challenge his readers.
I'm Jim Magner, and I've been a Catholic my entire life. So I went to elementary school, high school, Catholic education. I stayed in Newman Hall at the University of Illinois for 4 years. Then I got accepted to medical school, went to Pritzker School of Medicine, University of Chicago.
Jim's Catholic upbringing has impacted the many tasks he's taken on in life, from his medical and scientific background to poker playing and writing. In his retirement, Jim has put together a collection of short stories and essays titled Seeking Hidden Treasures.
And so I'm very proud of my book. It has 14 mystery stories, 2 story analyses, and 6 essays. I'd written some Christian or Catholic themed essays over the last couple of years, and I was trying to convince some of my scientific colleagues who are not very religious, not necessarily to become more Catholic, but to become more sensitive to the importance of a mature spirituality.
This mature spirituality is displayed by the characters in the riddles they need to solve or obstacles they need to overcome.
The mystery stories have a theme of finding hidden treasures. So, for example, in the first story, there's a search for buried gold in, of all places, a farm in Iowa. An old man decides that his wayward son, who's sort of an alcoholic, doesn't really deserve to inherit his little collection of gold coins. He'll get the farm and he'll get the house and that kind of thing, but maybe the gold coins should go for a better cause. So he decides to hide them on his farm and have a contest that he puts in his will of who can find those coins. So there's 5 clues, and you have to have a little math to solve the clues. But don't be afraid. But in other words, the mysteries are intelligent fiction. So I wrote another story that is based on my experience in a big poker tournament. And I was 64 years old at the time I did that, and I wanted to write up how I did it. So I wanted to spice up the story. So the poker stuff in the story is authentic. But I added a romance and a crime.
The other stories, including the tale of a chemist's escape from Nazi-occupied Vienna and a deceased husband's journey to deliver a forbidden message to his grieving wife from heaven, all exhibit this kind of intelligent fiction with Jim's mathematical and scientific background woven in.
I wanted primarily to share something I thought was of value and that actually might do some good in the world. And so I wrote these essays I had mentioned in which I explain how it's very important to have a broader view of life and that you in fact can believe things for very good reasons that don't have absolutely solid scientific evidence. The religious background I've had has actually allowed me to have the science make me a more religious person.
And while Jim's book does not make any serious religious claims, it does deliver a simple message to people of faith.
But there's nothing to be ashamed of about having a strong faith, even though we live in a secular society.
When faith is at the forefront of our lives, it shines through in everything that we do. The stories shared by Jim Magner offer a refreshing balance of entertainment, intellectual stimulation, and spiritual goodness.